Subscribe our channel Top Stories CNN for latest news updates.
Kremlin dismisses Mueller's indictment of 13 Russians. The Russian government denied Monday that it had interfered in the 2016 U.S. election campaign in the Kremlin's first remarks since 13 Russian nationals were indicted Friday on charges of conspiring to defraud the U.S. Answering a question from CNN on a weekly telephone news conference, the spokesman for Russian President Vladimir Putin, Dmitry Peskov, said the indictments provided no substantial evidence of Russian meddling, and that there were no indications that the Russian state could have been involved. "We didn't see any substantial evidence of someone interfering in the domestic affairs," Peskov added. He said the U.S. indictment mentions Russian citizens, but we heard the accusations against the Russian state that the Russian state, the Kremlin, and the Russian government were involved. Special counsel Robert Mueller, appointed by the U.S. Justice Department to investigate Russian election meddling, laid out charges against 13 Russian nationals and 3 Russian entities on Friday. The sweeping indictment describes in detail an unprecedented, years-long effort by Russia to interfere with the U.S. political system in the 2016 presidential election, affirming the long-standing conclusions of the U.S. intelligence community. It is at odds with President Donald Trump's persistent questioning of those conclusions, which has continued throughout his first year in office. The president has repeatedly called the investigations into his presidential campaign's potential collusion with Russia a hoax, but on Sunday, Trump tried to clarify his stance. "I never said Russia did not meddle in the election. I said it may be Russia, or China, or another country or group. Or it may be a 400-pound genius sitting in bed and playing with his computer," Trump tweeted. The Russian hoax was that the Trump campaign colluded with Russia. It never did. Trump also tweeted that the Russians were laughing their asses off in Moscow for the way Washington has handled the Russia investigations. Russia has denied any involvement in the election, and Trump has repeatedly denied any collusion. As recently as last week, 3 sources familiar with the president's thinking told CNN he remained unconvinced that Russia interfered in the presidential election. On Monday, Peskov rejected the findings in Mueller's indictment, saying, "There are no indications that the Russian state could have been involved in this, and there can't be any. So we still insist. We think such evidence lacks foundation. We don't think it's in any case comprehensive. We don't think it's fair, and we can't agree with it."